Whittward, Carver and the Hakeld's Tea Party. In the quaint town of Bumbleford, nestled between the scenic hills and the not-so-scenic landfill, lived a man named Harold. Harold was known for two things: his unrivaled collection of tea cozies and his unyielding belief in the imminent arrival of extraterrestrials. His neighbours called him Harold the tea-rrorist, a nickname he wore with a mix of pride and mild irritation. One day, Harold decided to host a cosmic tea party in his backyard, complete with fairy lights, a giant inflatable alien and a table groaning under the weight of his finest china. If they're coming, he reasoned, they might as well come for tea. As the sun began to set, Harold's guests arrived, a motley crew of eccentrics from the local UFO society. There was Mabel, who swore she'd been abducted by aliens in the 70s and now had a penchant for metallic clothing. Then there was Bert, who claimed to have found a piece of the moon in his garden. And finally there was young Timmy, who was mostly there for the cake. Harold served his famous Earl Grey, which Mabel declared was out of this world. Bert, not to be outdone, took a sip and proclaimed, "This tea is so strong it could power a spaceship." Timmy, meanwhile, was busy stuffing his face with Victoria sponge, oblivious to the cosmic chatter. Suddenly, a bright light flashed across the sky. Mabel gasped. Bert dropped his teacup, and Timmy looked up from his cake, his mouth agape with crumbs tumbling out. "It's them!" Harold exclaimed, his eyes wide with excitement. As the light drew closer, it became clear that it wasn't a spaceship, but a flaming meteorite. It crashed into Harold's inflatable alien, reducing it to a pile of molten plastic. The backyard was filled with a chorus of "Or bollocks" and, well, that's just bloody typical. Harold, undeterred, looked at the smouldering remains of his alien and sighed. Well, at least they sent a message. Pity it was, "Your tea parties are crap." The group laughed, shaking their heads at the absurdity of it all. As they cleaned up the mess, Harold turned to his friends and said, "You know, maybe they're not coming for tea. Maybe they're just having a laugh at our expense." And so the cosmic tea party ended not with a bang but with a whimper, a pile of burnt plastic, and a newfound appreciation for the absurdities of life. After all, as Harold liked to say, if you can't laugh at the universe, it'll probably laugh at you. In the end, the real aliens were the friends they made along the way, and the ones who crashed their party with a meteorite.